This is Emmanuel out of 600. You can call me 600 the God, and you are live on the court of public opinion. Guess what? We are all looking for one man. The whole of Ghana is looking for one man, and he is called Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. Why are we looking for Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta? Why? Why is everybody looking for Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta? He is the most wanted man in Ghana right now. If you were to be a poor man, you would have heard Erio, Mumbono, Balao. But he's a rich man. So we are going to deal with him the rich man way. Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is a former finance minister. We all know. He was substituted during injury time in the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration. There was a lot of public uproar. President, won't you change Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta? He's not feeling well. He doesn't look okay. The CD is depreciating. The standard of living is skyrocketing to an all-time high. Mr. President, the then president, did not listen. So it's like playing a 40-year-old football player, or let's say a 50-year-old football player in a very competitive match. He's being beaten with all the midfield duels and everything. Beating. The economy is beating him, the CD is beating, everything is beating him. But Mr. President says, this is the guy I trust. This is the man the NPP boasted of. Leave him and let him do the job. People were screaming from parliament. So many MPs were on board to actually request that this man resigns. And bro, the president said, I am the president. This is the guy I trust to do the job. And Mr. President was interviewed one time, and you know what? Mr. Akufo-Addo told Ghanaians that I've done my part. So right now, we would wait for another president to take us out of this mess we have created. Yes, and this is the former finance minister. So do you know what? To save a little bit of face towards the end of his administration, he substituted and brought other people to what? It's injury time. You've played the whole 90 minutes, like let's say 90 plus 5 minutes, and they give you 1 minute injury time, and that is when you introduce new finance ministers to do what? We could all tell that Nana Addo was keen on not removing this man from office. And that is one of the reasons why the NPP Omoko opposition. Yes, because they didn't listen. And even right now, the reports from their own committee shows that one of the reasons why Ghanaians vehemently kicked them out of office was because they were not listening. Ghana for say a comedy. Nana do ba say a tiska for a comedy. It was okay, papa yi ntimi manage. And that is not why he's on the wanted list. There were so many scandals that nobody could talk about. Ghanaians were just watching. When Nana Addo was coming into power, he said, I have promised God to build him a house, a national cathedral in Ghana, because he's done so much for me. You know how Nana Addo suffered before he came to power. Okay. Fast forward, Wababinya power. You promised God. And he said, this cathedral is not going to be built on state funds. We are going to solicit from funds, for funds outside, and we are going to build our cathedral. And guess what? We ended up digging the most expensive hole in the world right now. Not like a female hole. Like a big hole, like a big swimming pool, the most expensive in the world right now. Useless. And that is why, these are some of the reasons why this man is wanted, because Ghanaians were like, what? How many millions went into digging a hole, and at the end of the day, the NPP government gave God Sulia. You know Sulia. Oma Bunyami Sulia. Oma Dada Nyame. Yeah. All the trustees at a point in time that were in charge of the National Cathedral, you took pastors, put them in place, and all of these people resigned for their integrity. You soiled the white shirt and the linen of these pastors. Yes, and these are some of the reasons why Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is being wanted. And when he left government, the Office of Special Prosecutor, in which the NPP established, almost yes, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. So bring the man, make we talk to him. Guess what? They are now telling us that the man is sick and now he is seeking for medical attention. This man couldn't seek medical attention the whole 8 years. He goes and comes back. He still held on to his position. Ghanaians are actively looking for him. And you give us excuses. Well, we are in a democratic dispensation. You are not guilty until proven guilty, but he's a wanted man now. So, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, born on 7th November 1958, is 66 years. He's a male. That is what he identifies as. His eye color is black. His hair is black. Though it has a little bit of gray, sometimes it could turn bald or sakura because these men like, being bald. Where is the OSP looking for him? What are the possible locations? They are looking for him in the United States of America, in the United Kingdom. They say he might be in South Africa. He could be in Guyana or Hong Kong or what? Cayman Islands. So the Office of Special Prosecutor has reissued that, in January, that is when he entered the pool. He entered the pool of what? The wanted list. That is somewhere in January. But the Office of Special Prosecutor took him off the wanted list. And there are so many things that went on. So he told the Office of Special Prosecutor, okay, I'm going to have a medical appointment. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to avail myself for questioning. Furthermore, he went on to what? Sue the Office of Special Prosecutor again to delay some of these processes. We all know the games. Now he requested through his lawyers that he wants to do this call or have this meeting, online, virtually. And the Office of Special Prosecutor says, no, I'm not going to let you do this virtually. You must be present. And he didn't avail himself, and that is why he's back on the wanted list of the Office of what? Special Prosecutor. What are some of the things he's being investigated for? It's a lot of things. It's about 5 things. The National Cathedral is one, because that is what caused a lot of financial loss to the state. The National Cathedral, Akulakwe in the National Cathedral. So Oma Meya Boka on the National Cathedral. 2 is what? Petroleum and revenue. Petroleum and minerals revenue assurance. That they are looking into the contract between Strategic Mobilization Ghana and GRA, of which he might have supervised. The electricity contract termination. They are looking at what? The cancellation of ECG's agreement with what? Beijing BXC, because that might have what? Caused financial loss to the state, and he supervised the National Cathedral I have mentioned. That they are looking at the procurement of certain things for the cathedral and the payment processes. Making it the most expensive in the whole wide world right now. They are looking at the ambulance deal. The ministry were supposed to be buying some 307 ambulances. So with through the Ministry of Health, and I'm sure, yes, as a finance minister, he supervised some of these deals and he needs to answer to them. GRA tax P fund, handling and disbursing of tax fund accounts. These are some of the things, and it's very important because it has caused a lot of financial loss to the state. In Katetena, you see, I kind of wonder how we keep going back as Ghanaians, because things were solved faster in the olden days or in the traditional days where we had traditional rulers than this time, because right now our court systems are very slow and all of that, and we could use legalities to evade some of these things or what? Postpone judgment. And we say justice delayed is justice denied. Ghanaians want accountability, but these elites have a way of manipulating the system because they have long money. So every time they know the games to what go, because they can be held in a legal battle for a very long time and they have the funds for it. Right now, we are looking for Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta because of some of these reasons, and is back on the wanted list. So this is what the Office of the Special Prosecutor is saying, and it's saying that anybody who has information on this man, them, you have to send it to a certain WhatsApp number, and we are going to reward you. Nana Addo said in a statement before he became president, let us not be citizens and not spectators. And I guess this is the time we have to be citizens. So if you've seen Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, right now they've issued his name on the wanted list. They've given his details to Interpol. So anywhere they catch him around the world, these places, they are going to extradite him and he's going to face charges. They are saying that, yes, though you are sick, you were able to hold on for 8 years, and now we need you to answer to Ghanaians. So we need you. Even if it's for a day, we need you, and we are not going to do it virtually. That is why Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is back on the wanted list. What do you think? Do you think the Office of Special Prosecutor is being fair? Yes, I think he's being fair. Let me know what you think about Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta being back on the wanted list of the OSP and Interpol. I am Emmanuel the 600. You can call me 600 God. I'm signing out.